Arg! Ahoy there, matey! Welcome aboard the world of boating.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I was just looking into buying a boat of my own.
Call World of Boating toll-free now at 1-8888-28-BOAT. That's 1-888-828-BOAT.
And welcome. This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Captain Patrick, Barry the Boater, Mike the Mariner, rounding out the crew as we navigate the latest boating news and information. And, just try to create a distraction from the mainstream media, the news. And we'll just focus on boats and, loosely focus on boats and have some fun today. Captain Patrick, what do we got? What can we navigate through today?
Well, we have to remember it's no longer Mike the Mariner. It is Mike the Boatless.
What? I thought you bought a boat last week, Mike. Come on now.
I've been shopping. I've been roaming all over Florida looking for one, but slim pickings out there.
Yeah, well, Mike, I think it's about time you go ahead and you join a support group, Boaters Anonymous. Hi, my name's Mike. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
I'm a recovering boater.
Yeah.
I used to have a boat. I've been without a boat for 33 days.
Yeah. Well, last we checked, you were going to look for a boat. That's why you couldn't join us last week, I believe. Right, Mike?
Yeah.
So what happened?
We had an appointment to look. At a boat up in Jacksonville, and it was quite disappointing. Actually, the condition of the boat was not what it appeared to be. And
the pictures look better than the vessel did.
The pictures, yeah, I've seen that a few times, but we found a few decent boats. We're looking at 2 boats tomorrow, and I had to widen my scope a bit. I was really focused on trying to find a trawler, but now I'm thinking, even something with a planing hull, still diesel powered, in the 42 to 4 range, is can offer some more options.
Well, all right, let's back up and get the details here, because last time when we spoke to you, you were on your way to go watch or go explore this, I think it was a Grand Banks, right? And you were pretty excited about it.
You were pretty excited too.
Yeah. I thought
it was a Marine
love
trader,
this boat.
actually.
It was a what?
Yeah.
Say it again.
It was a Marine trader, actually.
A Marine trader. Okay.
Well, in Greg's mind, that equals Grand Banks. You could say any other boat name, and to him, it's going to come out Grand Banks.
No, that's a lie.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were looking at the Grand Banks too, though, weren't you?
Well, ironically, there was a Grand Banks that was in the same marina.
Yeah.
That just happened to be there that we looked at
on
a moment's notice. It was on the same dock, actually.
Yeah.
And actually, it was in fantastic condition. But for what we're going to do for the next 5 years, that one's a little bit utilitarian for.
Utilitarian. What do you mean exactly? So, it was too much money?
We're going to pass on that one. Plus, it's a little older.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Mike, you didn't see the story we posted about the boat in Scotland?
Yeah, that was a steal, according to Captain Patrick.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
you just have to get it to the United States. I mean, that was a historic, a place in history. That boat.
Yeah.
That was a Fed ship.
Yeah, but it was a fixer-upper. And,
but we already ran the numbers. I mean, you get it for $87,000. You put a couple $100,000 into it. You got a boat that is worth on the market $1 million plus.
Okay. Well, Mike the Mariner and the rest of the World of Boating passengers can catch up with the rest of the class by just listening to last week's show and catch. We don't need to go there again. He's focused on the future. So,
Mike,
do you have any prospects that now that you're boatless, you didn't? Well, first of all, you didn't expect to go this long without a new boat, did you? Or did you?
I thought it might take a month or two. But,
you did.
I'm a little surprised. I'm surprised at how little inventory there is out there. I mean, I've spoken to brokers all over the Southeast, and they're all saying the same thing. They put a.
Do you not listen to the show?
I mean, what the heck, man?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, no, I mean, but you never think it's that acute, Yeah. Most of the boats we talked about last year were the center consoles, runabouts, day boats, things like that. We never really talked about the trawler market.
Right.
So, boats are, getting listed. And one example, there was a Carver 450 Voyager, super nice boat. Had a full price full price offer with 2 backup full price offers on it.
Wow.
Here's my advice, Mike. And this is in all seriousness, okay? And I know you want to get back into a boat. You got plans, but wait.
Oh, I'm patient. Yeah.
Because
I'm just looking, and something will materialize, and it'll be opportunistic, and off you go.
The reason being is you're going to find here in the next about mid-year this year and 12 to 16 months after that, you're going to have a lot of really well cared for pre-owned boats coming on the market, because you've got these first-time boaters that got into the market because of coronavirus and want to do things closer to home and with family.
Right.
And they had no idea what they were getting into. And there's a lot of dissatisfaction out there. Some of it rightly targeted, some unjustly so. A lot of that related to service log backups, trying to get the boat fixed. People don't understand why they can't have it done now. And after about a year of this, they're going to be like, you know what? We did it for a year. We're done. Let's get out of this boat, even if we have to take a loss, and we'll go do something else. And I think you're going to find within the next 24-month period, you're going to have some really, really great deals coming on. You're going to see that pre-owned inventory start to fill up.
All right. So he should be on. He's going to get a bargain in the next few weeks, is Captain Patrick's.
I didn't say next few weeks.
He didn't say that.
Did not say next few weeks.
Months.
Few months. Okay. So you're saying by spring, maybe March, April, that time frame?
I did not say by
I'm saying,
spring or by
pick
March.
one.
I said, did you just listen to what I said? I said 12 to 18 months.
70% tops.
After this summer, 12 to 18 months out, within that next 2-year period. That's what I just said.
Really? You think it'll have to be that long, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to wait that long, though. Come on.
No, you do, because
no, but I'm saying Mike doesn't. He doesn't want to wait that long.
No, he can he can get his boating fixed by going and renting a boat if he really needs to do it, or he can go and scab a ride on somebody's boat like he did out in the Caribbean.
There's got to be people that that have boats.
Like Barry.
Sure.
Well,
I have
he's
lots
going to
of
come all the way down.
boating friends.
Yeah.
I have lots of boating friends. I'll be fine there.
Well, hold on, Mike. The boat you sold was how big? Was a 37? What was it?
It was 34.
34. Okay. So you could downsize to Barry's boat, which is a 17-foot center console Triumph. How do you feel about that?
No downsizing.
No downsizing. Are you kidding?
No, we're about, yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, you have a plan. At least you got your eyes open. So if maybe someone has something in that range right now that's listening to the World of Boating, we'll just know that you have Mike the Mariner who's on the lookout. So if you have something like that, email us here at worldofboating.com.
No, and you're gonna find those boats that are up in the Midwest that have been put away for the winter. When springtime comes, you're gonna have some people that are just like, we're just not going to do it this year. Let's go ahead. Let's put it on the market. I think you got some really great opportunities slightly ahead, not in the next 3 weeks, not in the next 3 months, but I know from the manufacturing standpoint, that's one thing that manufacturers are looking at, because there is a backlog of new boat orders, but there's also the concern that the retention of trying to keep new boaters into boating, when you're probably going to lose 40% of those boaters are going to leave after that first year. What happens to those boats? They're going to come on the market.
And you brought that up a few weeks ago on the show about looking at boats that were part of the way through the loop, maybe up in Kentucky or somewhere up in that area. And based on your advice, I started widening my geographic search to those areas. And there are some boats up there. The issue is probably have to plan on, how to get up there to see the boats. And But so I'm looking in those areas too, and that was good advice because there are some nice boats.
Yeah,
listed.
Barry.
Wait,
on our Facebook Live.
Can you say that again, Mike, about the advice that I gave you? What kind of advice was that?
I don't want to hurt you now. I don't want to give you a concussion. I don't.
No, because I want Greg to hear that, and so that it's burned into his brain.
Yeah, we don't care.
don't
I was
think I'll be
focused
here.
on Barry the boater, who was showing everybody
flying.
on Facebook. Yeah, it's like, hey, you can get to these boats by becoming a bird, is what
Right.
Barry was showing.
Or if
on
you knew
YouTube.
a pilot, a licensed pilot, he could fly you up there.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
you meant. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mike-
that
Mike-
needs some flight time. I'll pay for the gas.
All right.
Mike's got a drone. Just extend the range.
Yeah, okay. There's that. All right. Well, look, we got more to talk about other than just Mike the Mariner's quest on getting a new boat. And we'll get to it next right here on the World of Boating.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at ScubaRadio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at ScubaRadio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Even Keatley wasn't ready for me, or anything that followed. Chased by a police department, led by his ex-girlfriend, and hunted by brain fork-wielding Fijian assassins, it's everything he can do to keep from getting locked up, killed, or worse. Kava Screw is available as an ebook for $2.99 at Amazon.com. Kava Screw. Put a brain fork in him. He's done.
You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Now, what type of boat do you see yourself in?
Well, I'm not sure, but what I do know that I need to be out in the open sea.
Well, you got to ask yourself some questions. Do you like speed? Right. Do you like to hear the roar of an engine? Do you want to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible? If that turns you on, then you want a power boat.
Okay, that's it. That's it. Power. That's me.
Well, it's one way to go. But maybe you want to slow down. You know, listen to the wind and the water. Have sunrise and sunset as your only clock. Know that you could go around the world on less than a tank of gas. Now, if that sounds good to you, then maybe you're sailors. This is not a hobby. It's a lifestyle.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Captain Patrick, Mike the Mariner, Barry the Boater, rounding out the crew as we navigate the latest boating news and information. And update everybody on what Mike the Mariner's looking for when it comes to his trawler. Could be a matter of weeks, could be months. We don't know. But it's good to get an update. And it's important to us, because, especially me, because I want to know what kind of accommodations I'm going to experience once he gets a new boat.
You just want to know when you can get
Duh, come on. Right. Anyway, it is what it is. What else do we got there, Captain Patrick, to navigate through for our passengers today?
We've got a lot of stuff. Want to get to a listener email that came through, and it's kind of weird that the follow-up email from this listener said, one more thing. If you mention this story, just say a listener. I would prefer my name not be used. So apparently Bob Smith from Bethesda, Maryland does not want to be associated with the show when we read his email.
Bob Smith being his alias, I hope. He could have used something more dramatic like Mr.
No,
X.
that's his actual name.
Okay, of course. Yeah.
If you'd like the street address and phone number, I can give that to you.
Right.
But what he wanted to pass along was a story about wearing kill cord, and kill cords are something that we've talked about just about ad nauseum over the years. This happened. The story that happened in Sarasota just about Thanksgiving, and don't want to go into too many details, but it involved a junior sailing coach and lending assistance to another boat, and the sailing coach fell, knocked the boat into gear, fell in the water, and of course, as tends to happen with those things, because boat without a driver, right-hand prop, steering wheel's going to turn to which direction? Starboard, and goes in a perfect circle, and more or less eventually is going to come back right for you, and you cannot dive down fast enough, far enough. You think you can, but you can't, to avoid getting hit. And unfortunately, that's what happened and resulted in loss of life. So the story really about kill cords, the different kill cords that are out there if your boat doesn't have one. It's very, very easy now to equip one, especially with the electronic fobs, which would be the direction I would go versus the lanyard style. I can't tell you how many boats over the years I've got into for service work, and that kill cord is still tie wrapped in the baggie, attached to the switch, hanging off the shifter. And it's one of those things that I taught my daughters at a very early age when they started going boating with me, the importance of wearing that, and, what would happen if, walk away from it and, it stops the engine, if something was to happen to me, and then how to get the boat restarted to get back to the dock or to land to get help. So if your boat has a kill cord, if there's one thing that we at the World of Boating would ask you to do for 2021 would be to wear your kill cord, remind people that you're boating with. If you're not the person who's driving the boat, somebody else, it's a friend, a neighbor, an enemy, even like Mike. Just,
Wow,
ask him.
I thought you liked him.
No, I was referring to your take on Mike, not mine. Mike and I are fine. But the things that you say about Mike off air, I mean, it's
I want to be like
really
Mike. Come on.
Stressing.
Yeah.
But wear your kill cord. And in fact, even if you're looking at a larger vessel like Mike is, most of those boats, those yachts, those trawlers don't come with safety lanyards with kill cords because, you're in an enclosed pilot house, if you will. And what are the chances that something is going to happen? Well, it only takes one thing: a rogue wave, debris, another boat coming at you and hitting you and knocking you down, and you get knocked unconscious. You have a medical event, which, unforeseen, but, if you're one of those people and you do have a known medical issue, whatever it is that could cause loss of consciousness, set it up with a kill cord, because if you do fall away from it and it does break contact, the engines are going to get shut off. The boat's going to come to a stop, and it's going to result in a much better outcome than falling down, getting knocked out, and the boat continues underway at speed, and bad things at that point happen.
Yeah, make it a New Year's resolution. If you don't have or use a kill cord, get one now. How about that?
That's, I believe, what I said, but thank you for...
You didn't say it was a New Year's resolution, so there. I'm going to take credit for that.
Did I not say if there was one thing that we at the World of Boating would ask you to do in 2021 would be to wear your kill cord? Did you not hear me say that?
He did not say New Year's resolution, though, did he?
I don't have to say New Year's resolution.
Well, that's
nobody
because
sticks.
I helped, and I assisted.
Nobody sticks to New Year's resolutions anyway. So let me ask you, Mike, is that something that you would look at outfitting your much larger boat that you're looking at buying with?
I don't know about a kill cord, especially if you have multiple stations and you're underway and you're moving from one station to another for some reason.
You don't want it shutting down inadvertently.
No, but what about those little portable fobs you just wear?
Hold on.
All right.
So, Mike, if you're moving between stations, wouldn't you put the boat into neutral and then move
not
to the
necessarily
station?
shut the engines down?
Yeah.
But that's what the kill switch does.
Yeah, it's going to turn them off. But I think some of those electronic fobs allow you to move from station to station, if I'm not mistaken.
I would imagine.
Okay, well, if there's an electronic fob, sure. But a kill switch on a 40-foot boat makes no sense to me.
I thought those fobs, they didn't go off till they got wet.
No, there's ones that if you move a certain distance away from the point of contact, it loses that signal.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It shuts it down.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm sure there's many options out there on the market. Just find the one that works best for you and make it your New Year's resolution. All right, more coming up on the World of Boating.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 PSI left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Imagine traveling twice as fast as you can drive. Imagine taking friends and family snorkeling, surfing, skiing, shopping, and more to exotic destinations. Imagine attending business meetings in cities far away and still making it home at night. Or just imagine exploring the wild blue yonder. Quit dreaming about it and get to it. There has never been a better time to become a private pilot, and Flight Training Professionals in Orlando will show you how. Flight Training Professionals in Orlando is your full-service flight school. A state-of-the-art flight simulator, a fleet of the latest Cessna aircraft, and a staff of full-time seasoned flight instructors are just a few of the many reasons Flight Training Professionals in Orlando is the place to start your aviation adventure. Call 407-896-0077. That's 407-896-0077. Or go to ftpros.com. That's ftpros.
Nonsense. Now, even though it's obvious that Captain Patrick has a face for radio, and there's the proof for you, however, we would request that you like us regardless. And, give us a, share if you feel so inclined. We are playing with it quite a bit right now. And I'm talking about the video, just so I'm clear. But the thing is, we're kind of tweaking the audio. If you like it, if it sounds okay to you, please let us know in the comments. If it sounds funky or there's something that doesn't seem quite right, let us know. We're still trying to dial in this technology because it's interesting. I am shocked how well the video stuff has been doing with the World of Boating radio show. Does that surprise you,
Especially
Patrick?
with the way I look.
Well, all of us. I mean, look, I used Patrick as the first example, but look, we're all in the same boat, literally, with the face.
Well, I
for
remember
radio.
when you first asked us to go on camera, and I was thinking to myself, why?
Oh, hell no.
Nobody wants to see this.
Yeah, well, for whatever reason, people are glutton for punishment. And,
there are literally 782 videos on YouTube for World of Boating that I shot back in the day where I tried to, I pleaded with you.
Right. You would have thought that would have been enough for us to never go down this path.
To get in on this technology, because I saw it as the wave of the future. Mm-hmm. And you were like, nah, I don't think this YouTube thing's going to be taken off. I don't think anybody wants to see people in a studio. I've been in the radio game for 20 years. Nobody ever wants to see in the studio.
Yeah, look, Patrick, have you looked in the mirror? Barry, come on. You're with me.
Don't change the subject.
Anyway,
and if you're watching, you notice that my face is larger. I'm doing the Wilson from Home Improvement thing because that's what Greg has requested.
Well,
we could do that, couldn't we?
Well, yeah. You should have started a long time ago, Barry. It's too late to change now.
No, I got plenty of popsicle sticks.
But everybody's seen. You've done enough damage.
No, that's not my real face.
No turning back. Anyway, did we apologize in advance for all this? I think we did. We got more of it coming up regardless on the World of Boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
I'm really excited to check out these beautiful waters with you in a really cool way.
All right.
See that boat over there?
Yeah.
I think we're going to sail on it today.
Oh, my God. Yes.
This is the World of Boating.
Here we go.
Greg, your first mate, Captain Patrick, Mike the Mariner, Barry the Boater.
This is literally a dream.
Big fans of The Bachelor. Why the latest one just started again, as obviously Barry knows and made us aware of right before the show. He goes, "Hey, did you see the premiere episode?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course. I had to watch it, just because, the wife and daughter made
Your life isn't real enough, huh?"
Well, no, I'm just saying, it's, you got to stay up with what the kids are watching, and,
nobody is watching that.
There are no kids in this household anymore.
And so why are you keep watching it?
I don't.
You're a liar.
No.
You are a liar. I watch it purely for the hope that they're going to take, the Bachelor and all the ladies out on a boat. That's the only reason I watch it is for homework for the World of Boating radio show.
I watch World of Boating and ScubaRadio YouTubes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We got to move on. We got to move on to business at hand,
All right.
is some industry news. So coming across the Marine Business Wire this past week, again, all these stories that we talk about and all the ones that Greg doesn't let us talk about are on the Facebook page for World of Boating. So if you have not checked us out, if you have not liked us, we would appreciate it if you did.
Please
so.
Like
those
us.
Those are also on worldofboating.com, and we would ask that you take notice of our sponsors, because again, this show goes out live, nationally syndicated, and then it is available, of course, to listen to as a podcast. And we know a lot of you out there do that because your work schedules and it creates filler time. Instead of watching The Bachelor, you'd rather listen to the podcast of our shows. So
we'll tell you what happens on The Bachelor regardless. Yeah, every time they bring up a boating thing.
And honestly, Saturday afternoon, everyone's out doing something.
Except us.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Greg has virtually held us hostage. Well, me for about 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
Refuses to move the show time, even in this era when we could tape the show ahead and still pull it off as it was going out live.
Wrong.
Nope.
And it would sound almost professional.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Saturday midday.
Yep.
So you can't get your morning really started, and it really takes the wind out of your afternoon. But that's when we're doing the show.
Way to sell it, Patrick. All right, you were saying there was something in the industry that we have to address. What?
Well, there's a lot of things in the industry we need to address, but coming across the newswire this week was U.S. boat sales reached how many year high? Barry, you are excluded from commenting on this. Greg, Mike, any idea how many years what the high is?
I'll say a 30-year high.
You mean
no? Wrong.
You mean like a production index?
U.S. boat sales reached a blank year high in 2020.
Okay, I'll change it to
how many years?
40-year high.
He's getting worse.
Oh, okay, 20-year high.
It has to be maybe like during the boom times in the late 80s.
Well, that would be where I was thinking. All right, so what is it?
I'm giving you help, Mike, because I want you to blow Greg out of the water.
Wait. Let me give him a clue. When did everything fall apart? What year was it?
2010. 2008.
Okay, so count.
12. 12-year high.
Yeah. Okay. Well, obviously, someone's counting a little better. Yeah. Come on. What do you think, Mike? Just a.
You were trying to walk him to it. He won't do it.
11-year high. What? Are you going smaller?
Greg, be quiet. You already guessed. You said 40 years.
22.
He says 22. He's not listening.
Wow, you guys are bad at math.
I said 12. I just said a little high. A little higher.
Oh, God.
89 years.
Yeah. 13-year high.
13-year high.
13-year high. There you go.
13-year high.
Okay, so now we know it's a 13-year high in boat sales.
Yeah, so
right
13-year high, and that kind of ties into what we were talking with Mike about in the first segment. And of course, the manufacturers are expecting this to continue through 2021, which takes us into the 2022 model year. I've got my concerns. A lot of that's going to vaccine rollout, if boat shows are able to take place. And most importantly, manufacturers, if they're taking this influx of money that they hadn't planned on, really the sales were not expected. Are they going to put it into new product, or are they just going to put it away for a rainy day? And when I say new product, I mean from the keel up, not just new gel coat colors and some new, vinyls and things like that. Yeah. Will they invest in new technology, new plugs, new molds, and get new product out on the market? That will be what's going to sustain some of these manufacturers going into the 2022 model year, is brand new product, keeping that excitement alive for boat sales, because it seems in boats a lot more that what was new is old, and they want the newer quicker than maybe even in auto sales.
Probably.
Well, I hope they'll. I would say they would have to balance that a little bit, because the history is fraught with dozens of examples of companies that were riding the crest of the wave and invested heavily in their operations to meet the demand, and then demand dropped and they were left with all this infrastructure they couldn't afford and they went bankrupt.
Right.
So companies have to be careful with the investments that they put into what they see as happening today, because 2-3 years from now there could be a trough and
right. Well, in this current climate that we've been in for the last year or so, you'd think it'd be easy for businesses to predict what the future was going to hold when it comes to boat sales.
Well, you're assuming that the climate's going to.
I'm being totally sarcastic, is what I'm doing, okay. Barry. Jeez, are you kidding?
I can't tell the difference.
Oh my gosh!
Well, kind of leading the way in this is they're expecting. Sales in 2020, sales of personal watercraft, which is, jet skis and stuff like that, were estimated to be up 8% to 11,000 units sold. Sale of wake boats, which comprises a lot more than what you would think of as your traditional wake boats, wake surfing, because with forward-facing drives, especially with Mercruiser just unveiling theirs, 8 years after Volvo Penta unveiled theirs. But that comprises a much larger segment of boats, again, manufacturers that you wouldn't think would fall into that category that are now in that. So those were actually up 20%.
And that's going to be younger people that are buying those.
Not necessarily, because the thing is and this is in no way a jaded view of the traditional wakeboard or wake surf boat market, but those boats that we would think that would fall into that category, Nautiques, Moomba, manufacturers like that, they are kind of a use-specific boat, and the cockpits are set up a certain way and really kind of limits the use, if you will. Well, and then you've got the manufacturers that are using the forward-facing drive technology, and with trimmable outdrives, and with kind of more of call it a traditional cockpit layout that is more multi-use. That's kind of been a game changer, if you will.
Well, that's the whole point. That's why I'm saying you're going to see younger people that want to get out there and have activities to do. Mike is not going to be buying a wake boat to do wake surfing because.
Wait, are you calling Mike old?
Well,
yes,
he's of an age that I don't think he's going to do that.
No, don't
he's looking for it. He's looking for a trawler.
He's looking for something that is, it's got maybe some really high bow rails on it, good solid gripping surfaces.
Yeah, you make his boat sound like a walker or something. It's not like that. Come on, give a break.
Maybe
it's amazing that you picked up on that description, Greg. But everything else is kind of you completely went over your head. But I say sturdy, big bow rails, and you equate that to a walker. Well done, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
we're finally in sync. But Barry, to your point. Younger boaters would be drawn more towards the use-specific boats, and maybe an older demographic with children or teenagers would see a forward-facing drive wake surf boat as something that would fit their family better because, again, more of a multi-use, not designed for one specific thing.
Oh, I thought you were saying that was a specific thing, a wake boat, because usually they have those towers on the side where you put your wakeboards and the big stereo systems.
Yeah,
right.
But
I want one. I want one of those just because, well, I'm young at heart. I'll go with that. All right, more coming up on the World of Boating. I swear.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Do you have a message or product you need to share with the boating world? Well, look no further than the World of Boating radio show. Just like you, thousands of boating enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to worldofboating.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at ScubaRadio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at ScubaRadio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the world of boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Pirate!
What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor at the light in the morning? Way in, she raises, way in, she raises, way in, she raises at the light in the morning.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Captain Patrick, Mike the Mariner, Barry the Boater, rounding out the crew as we navigate the latest boating news and information. And just share a bunch of stories that we think boaters can relate to. Our passengers, so to speak. So we got a few minutes left. Patrick, where are we going there, buddy? You're the captain.
Well, again, keeping on with some industry news coming across the news wire this week was Malibu Boats has completed their acquisition of the Maverick Boat Group. So that's, mergers and acquisitions already early in the year.
Yeah. Good, bad, indifferent. What do you feel? How do you feel?
Good. I mean, Maverick designs and manufactures center console, dual console, flats, and bay boats. They've been around since 1984. They've got two manufacturing facilities actually located in Fort Pierce, Florida. And Maverick manufactures Cobia, Pathfinder, and the Maverick and Hughes brands. The Malibu Boats is probably more known for Pursuit. I would say probably in their wheelhouse there. So, it's kind of falls in line with their business plan, if you will. So they've got, let's see, Malibu Boats, they're carrying Cobalt and Pursuit, and it's going to be a good time to do it, I guess. Certainly, if you got the opportunity to sell and do that, so
cash in while you can.
Are they going to bring in different boats than they normally manufacture? They use different style boats so that they're based?
And not, I mean, center console. So,
right.
But Pursuit being center console, dual console, and some of the product offerings from Maverick, which are kind of the same, whether they integrate or they keep those name brands, or they discontinue them and just turn the manufacturing facilities over to producing the better known name brands. That will be something that will be interesting, because we saw what happened with Genmar years ago, as Genmar kind of became a mini Brunswick, if you will, and acquired all these boat brands under its corporation. And you wind up manufacturing basically the same kind of boat. And how does it, I never understood, again,
it's cannibalism.
Yeah. I mean, how that
shut them down.
How that helps you as a corporation to have, 3 different, 4 different, 5 different boat brands underneath your corporation that are basically making the same bow rider or cruiser or pontoon boat.
Well, they could have different price points, different amounts of accoutrements to them, where you have, like, Cadillac is the high-end brand for GM, and then you have the the Chevy Chevette for all the other ones.
Right.
Yeah, but it kind of sounds like here you've got Malibu Boats. They do ski boats and things like that, correct?
They do some of that.
So, and then you've got the Pursuits, which are great fishing and cruising vessels. Then the Hughes. So they've got flats both. It sounds like their products kind of complement each other rather than overlap.
I guess my question is whether they turn or repurpose those manufacturing facilities here in Florida to the boat brands that are going to create more revenue and capitalize on the market as it is, as we were talking earlier, through the 2022 model year, certainly, or just, continue as is. But that came across, and again, in some other boating news, Teledyne Systems, not to be confused with Cyberdyne,
They're taking over the world. Here come the robots.
Because I knew that was coming from Greg.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I had to put the disclaimer out there, because I knew it would be. But Teledyne Technologies has entered into agreement to acquire FLIR Systems, which is the parent company of Raymarine, for about $8 billion in cash and stock.
Wow. And FLIR systems are the radar type of stuff, or they can see underwater, right?
FLIR systems are forward-looking infrared radar, and FLIR systems, primarily, you're talking about military technology that is bleeding into the recreational market, and kind of like we saw with Seakeeper, where stabilizing systems were really in the big, large yachts, and now you're down into putting them into 26, 24-foot boats. You're seeing the same thing with FLIR. It's migrating down into the larger yachts, and people want this technology. They think that they need it. They think it's cool, whatever it is. Hey, my boat's got a FLIR system in it. So you're going to see those systems coming into the market. I know from the manufacturer I work for, we offer them on some 38 models, but the expectation is that they'll be offered on smaller boats going down in size, because people see it as a benefit versus actually learning how to navigate and use their boat and use charts and actually take some basic seamanship courses. They're going to rely on this technology.
Mike?
Yeah.
Wait, say
on the FLIR subject, you can buy that equipment for relatively small boats now. I actually have a friend that has a 42 Marine Trader. The boat's 40 years old, and he has probably $60,000 in electronics, and FLIR is one of the things he has.
Well, yeah, the T1000, I believe, started with a FLIR upgrade.
No, it was the T800.
Was it? Well,
yeah,
see,
the 1000 was the shapeshifter one.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go. And now we know.
I came prepared.
Things you wanted to know, and things we just provided as a bonus. That'll do it for this week. Till next time, remember, whether it's sail or motor,
life is better
as a boater.
Come back here, you barnacle-bitten swab.
World of Boating is brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
World of Boating is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Computer standing by.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past shows worldwide over the internet at worldofboating.com.
Computers can do that?
So tell a friend and come aboard every week for the World of Boating.
This is so great. I can't wait. I'm getting goosebumps. Feel me. Feel me.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
TTFN, ta-ta for now.
The opinions you just heard on the World of Boating are those of the hosts, callers, and guests. They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
What are you being such a weenie for?
While on the water, your safety and the safety of many others depends on you. So boat smart and operate your vessel only after receiving the proper training and instruction for your area.
There is a fine line between genius and madness.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at worldofboating.com.